Welcome, yogis. Hi, I'm Angie with Harmony Yoga, and I'm going to be working you through about a 30-minute restorative practice tonight. A couple things to have in addition to your normal practice would be a couple of blankets, 2, 3, maybe more, depending on how much comfort you need in your body. And then a bolster if you don't have a bolster. Things that can work as a bolster would be like a big body pillow, even a cushion from a sofa or a chair would work. And then a couple of blocks, if you don't have blocks, books, or even a sturdy Tupperware, plastic Tupperware could work for stacking and elevation. So you have to be a little bit creative when you are at your own home studio if you don't have everything. So go ahead and grab the things that you might need. Also, we'll be working with lavender. So lavender is really good at relaxing the muscles and the mind, and it also has a lot of therapeutic properties. One of those is healing. So we'll be working with lavender essential oil. If you have lavender essential oil, go ahead and grab that too. You can take a little bit on the wrist and rub it together and then just smell lightly into the hands to create that sense of ease in the body. So lavender oil, bolster or couch or chair cushion or body pillow, and then some additional blankets and blocks or books or Tupperware or something you can use to stack with. So go ahead and get those things. And if you are in yoga wear, take that yoga wear off and put your jammies on. We are totally chilling tonight. No need for yoga wear. Put your jammies on, put something comfortable, because after this, you'll be ready to go and take a beautiful, deep and restful sleep. So go ahead and get those things and meet me right back here on your mat. I'll be here. And then once you've found those things that you need, I'm just going to go ahead and start our practice with a reading. So I picked this one just because I thought it was perfect for tonight's practice and just in general kind of where we are right now in our world. I am there for you. The most precious gift we can offer others is our presence. When our mindfulness embraces those we love, they will bloom like flowers. If you love someone but rarely make yourself available to him or her, that is not true love. When your beloved is suffering, you need to recognize his or her suffering, anxiety, and worries. And just by doing that, you already offer some relief. Mindfulness relieves suffering because it is filled with understanding and compassion. When you're really there, showing your loving kindness and understanding, the energy of the Holy Spirit is you. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can still do something. I will not refuse to do that something I can do. So before we start our practice, it's kind of good as we move through restorative practice to move a little bit with the body. So having just a little bit of ebb and flow in between postures. With restorative poses are passive. So you just basically melt into your supports or whatever you're using just to find that sense of ease in your body. There is some postural adjustments there, but again, it's about finding just that right support for your body because it is very intuitive to what your needs are and what you need in your practice. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just take a moment here. You can roll through the shoulders. You can take a couple twists from side to side, maybe even reaching the arms up overhead and just taking a nice yawny stretch just to give ourselves permission to release anything in our bodies. And then when you've done that, we'll go ahead and set up for our first posture tonight. So the first posture, if you have those things, if you don't, try to make modifications as much as you need to and try to follow along as best as you can. So we'll take those blocks, or if you have anything to add elevation or height, one on a high setting and one on a lower setting, just to build a ramp with your bolster, your chair cushion, your couch cushion, or whatever you have. So building a little bit of height with that. And then having additional blankets. So several blankets is really good because this is about being really comfortable, feeling very supported, very relaxed. You can take a blanket and roll it and place it underneath the hips or underneath the knees, depending on which position you choose for your legs. So as we come into the first position, we'll just go ahead and walk our bodies up to the bolster, chair cushion, couch cushion, or body pillow, whichever you have. And then just begin to allow your body to settle into the space. And then making sure that you have support, it's not wobbling too much. And then the recommended posture we'll start with will be Baddha Konasana, bound angle, but you can come into any posture. So if extending the legs out feels better to you, you can certainly start there. So for those of you starting in bound angle, just go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to fall out to the side. We'll take that rolled blanket and tuck it really tight around the hips just to offer that support to the hips. So we don't want the legs feeling like they don't have support because we are in a restorative. I want to make sure that you have some support underneath the hips or the thighs. And then we'll take a few moments here. Allow the shoulders to roll back and down. If you want to bring the arms up overhead and extend out a couple of times too. So just to find that sense of ease in your body. So if you ever have a pet like a dog or a cat, you'll see them like a cat will pad and pod and they'll circle, circle, circle and they'll fall down. Dogs do a very similar thing where they'll circle several times and settle. So we're kind of doing the same thing with restorative practice. We have to kind of pad and pod till we find that just right space and then we settle. So go ahead and do that. Move as much as you need to and then you can begin to settle. You can place your arms at your sides. You can place your hand on your belly or one hand on the heart. So really find that just right place for your arms, and that's okay just to kind of find that space that feels right. And as you begin to come into this space, begin to allow your eyes to soften and close. Begin to close off outside distractions and draw your awareness inward. As you draw your awareness inward, the first thing we observe is the content and the quality of our breath right now. So not changing your breathing practice, just observing how your breath is moving through your body. And as you begin to connect with your breath, begin to allow your breath to slow and deepen. Let it move deeper into the base of the lungs. And as you inhale, begin to feel the expansion of the breath in the body from side to side, front to back, and top to bottom. Begin to breathe all the way up to the heart space, pausing here, love, kindness, and compassion for yourself and others, and audibly or silently release the breath, let it go. Again. We inhale, feel expansion in our bodies, allowing the diaphragm to open, the breath to deepen, drawing the breath upward, maybe reaching the base of the throat. Pausing for a bit of breath retention, and again, audibly or silently release the breath, let it go. I'm going to move through a few more rounds of deeper belly breathing. And so as we move into deeper belly breathing, moving into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest, it moves us into a state of calmness, a state of balance, a state of equilibrium. So we're coming into a very balanced state just by allowing the breath to slow and deepen. And as you continue to allow the breath to slow and deepen, begin to observe how you inhale fills the body with prana, with life force. And as you release the breath, there's a sense of letting go, of surrender, of just being very present, being very grounded. Allow yourself to be in the moment. So letting go of the past, rooting and grounding and staying very present in the present moment. And then taking a glimpse of a bright and beautiful future. But for this practice, we're going to stay very grounded, very present. And then just continue to breathe through the body. Let yourself settle into this pose. Taking in all the therapeutic properties of bound angle, of reclined bound angle, Supta Baddha Konasana. We're going to take about 5 more rounds of breath here. Last 3, last 2, and last 1. Go ahead and place your hands on the outside edge of your knees if you are in bound angle. And then go ahead and extend your legs out. We'll take a nice yawny stretch, extending the arms up overhead, reaching long with the feet, with the fingers and the toes. And then bringing the hands back to heart space, palms pointing up, thumbs in the sternum. If you'd like to set an intention for this practice, for your evening, now's an opportunity to do this. And this is anything meaningful to you, something that keeps your mind focused. Maybe words of wisdom, kindness, compassion. Maybe words of relaxation. Or maybe there's something special in your life that just needs a little extra shout out. Go ahead and take a moment, allow these words to form in your mind. And as these words begin to form, they create an intention. Take 3 more breaths at heart space. Each inhale, drawing in the power and the positivity through intention. And as you release the breath, sharing that positivity with the world. We draw in the positive and we share that positive vibration with the world. Last breath here. And then draw the arms up overhead. We extend out and release. And we'll go ahead and begin to bring ourselves into an upright position. Now, if you need to move at all from that, maybe taking a twist from side to side. So finding that ebb and flow of movement that you need. And then go ahead and remove your folded blanket. And then go ahead and bring your hip to the side of your support. So be it a blanket, body pillow, chair cushion, couch cushion, whatever you have. Let's try to make it as comfortable as we're able. And you can place the top foot in the arch of the bottom foot. You can open the knees a little bit wider. You know, you can find that just right spacing for your lower body. So take a moment and get comfortable here. And then once you're comfortable, begin to root into the earth. Inhale, lengthen long. And as you exhale, we'll rotate through the torso and then just walk our body down onto the bolster, chair cushion, couch cushion, or body pillow. You can wrap your arms around your support. You can rest your arms at your side. So I want you to find that just right spacing for your body, whatever that is. You can also take a gaze across your body if you want a little bit more openness in the head and neck. And if you try that and that's not comfortable to you, you can come right back to center. So again, a little longer holding time here. Begin to allow the eyes to soften and close. Begin to close off outside distractions and draw your awareness inward. You feel the rhythm of your heart beating beneath you. And you can just begin to observe how the heart beats in the body. We'll go through guided awareness with the breath again, allowing the breath to move a little deeper into the base of the lungs, expanding the lungs from side to side, front to back, top to bottom. Draw the breath upward to the heart space, love, kindness, and compassion for ourselves and others. And as you release the breath, sharing that love, kindness, and compassion with the world. So just go ahead and move through a few more rounds of deeper belly breathing, allowing the mind to be still, the breath to slow and deepen, muscles relax, body relax, moving into that state of stillness. Got about 5 more rounds of breath here. Last 3, last 2, and last breath. If you're hugging your body pillow, you can release your arms to your sides and gently push yourself into an upright position. Let's go ahead and take a nice yawny stretch. And just really breathe it out. I'm going to go ahead and do that same thing on the other side. So rotating to the other side. Find the right placement for your legs. Inhale to root down, lengthen long, and as you exhale, rotate your torso toward your supports. You can bring the chin down, you can bring your gaze to the side the knees are falling on, or again, you can bring yourself into an opposite position with the head and neck. So again, it's about finding that just right spacing for your body. And as you begin to settle into this side, again, connecting with the rhythm of the breath, beating gently beneath you. And letting the breath slow and deepen once again. Letting the breath drop a little deeper into the base of the lungs and beginning to feel the body expand from side to side, front to back, top to bottom. Draw the breath upward to the heart space, love, kindness, and compassion for yourself and others. And as you release the breath, sharing that positive vibration with the world. Moving through several more rounds of this deeper belly breathing. Each inhale, relaxing the body, the mind, and the spirit, drawing in all the positive essence of breath, of prana. And as you release it, feel that sense of surrender and letting go. 5 more rounds of breath here. Last 3, last 2, and last breath. Mindfully begin to bring yourself into an upright position and go ahead and get a nice yawny stretch, release, let your body open. And then let's begin to swing ourselves around, and we're going to allow the legs to walk up your supports. So coming into a restorative variation with pretty karate legs up the wall. And then just begin to allow yourself to come all the way down. So however you get up there, coming into a place of stillness. And again, as we move through this restorative practice, if for any reason any of these postures don't call to you, you can certainly modify or omit those poses altogether, or come into one that feels good for you. If you feel like you need a little added support, you can take a folded blanket underneath the back of the head. And for me, I think I need that right now. So, placing that folded blanket underneath the back of the head, offering just a little bit of support. And know that if you have additional blankets and you want to cover it, you can certainly cover up your body. Again, we come into this space mindfully, coming first and foremost to the breath. The breath will always move us deeper into our practice. So really focusing on the content, the quality of your breath. Slow, steady breathing. We're going to move into a breath count. You can place your hands on your belly or at your side. So I want you to find that space that feels right for you. We're going to allow the breath to drop deeper into the base of the lungs. And as we inhale, counting as we draw the breath upward through the spine. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, as you inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to go ahead and continue on, focusing only on your breath right now. Seeing if you can increase the inhales and the exhales, equalizing both the inhale and the exhale. Focusing only on the breath. If you need to make adjustments in your body, please do that. And then come back to that breathing count. We're going to stay here in this posture for a few more rounds of breath, just focusing on the content and the quality of your breath right now. We've got 5 more rounds of breath here. Last 3, last 2, and last breath. Mindfully begin to soften through the eyes, maybe take a nice yawny stretch. And we'll begin to bring the right knee into the body. Move through the ankles and release. Bring the left knee into the body. Move through the ankles and release. And then bring both knees into the body. Hug them in close, side to side, front to back. And then we'll let this momentum roll to our side, and then we'll begin to bring it into an upright position. Go ahead and set your bolster and your blankets to the side. And we'll come back to those in just a moment. Okay. So we're just going to move. We're about halfway through our restorative practice, so we're just going to move with our bodies just a bit. So making any adjustments in your pajamas that you need to. And then we'll go ahead and come into table position. So working with alignment tonight, but not as much focus on alignment as it is comfort and ease in your body. So just starting with some gentle forward and backward motion, coming into some hip glides. So really feel the fluidity of your body. Breathing into every part of your body, from the organs, the cells, the tissues, breathing deep into the body, really feeling that expansive energy opening the body. And really feel how it moves deep. Feel that relaxation, let the muscles relax. We're going to move into some soft cat and cow. We're going to flow it out into a little bit of cat, cow, and child's pose, just to really get some fluidity. So we're going to start with just some cat and cow. Breathing into lower abdominals, sending the breath all the way up through the spine. Gazing down at your mat, hollowing out the belly. And then inhale, directing the chest through the gate of the shoulders. Head and neck move with the spine. And just finding a little bit of fluidity in between these two different postures. And the next time you come into cow, cat, go ahead and take it into child's pose and just begin to flow through our bodies. That's what happens when I end up doing yoga, is I end up falling into yoga, forget that I'm teaching. Just nice, fluid movement. And as you flow between those different postures, if you want to come into some C curves, just finding some movement side to side, or just moving through that nice cat-cow vinyasa. We've got a few more rounds of breath before we come into our next posture. About 3 more rounds of breath here. Last 2. And last breath. Good. So let's go ahead and come onto the belly now. So however you come down onto the belly, maybe plopping onto the floor, just coming down. So again, it's about your practice. So coming into that space that feels good for you. We're going to start by stacking the hands and resting the forehead on the stacked hands and just extending out through the feet. Walks out of the way. There we go. And just relax. And again, know that you can always grab your supports if you need them. Blankets, anything that you need. So it is your practice. Remember that first and foremost. And then from here, we're going to begin to bend the left knee, keeping it grounded to the earth. We're going to come into a variation of half frog, Ardha Vikasana. So restorative variation, and the left knee moves toward the left elbow. We're going to begin to bring the arms out to the side in cactus. Now again, if that doesn't feel good to you, you can bring the arms in any position. The chin can be down and you can gaze at your mat, or you can begin to bring your gaze toward the left knee or toward the right side of your body. So again, it's about finding that just right space in your body, wherever that is. And we've got a few rounds of breath here. So you can settle the mind, settle the body. We do that by focusing on the content and the quality of the breath. So always starting and maintaining your breathing practice throughout your entire practice. We've got about 5 more rounds of breath. Last 3, last 2, and last breath. Let's go ahead and bring that left knee back to center. Stack your hands, rest your forehead on your stacked hands, and just go ahead and windshield wiper from side to side. And go ahead and release. We begin to bring the right leg out to the side, bending the knee, and drawing the right knee toward the right elbow, bringing the arms out at the side in cactus, or finding a placement for your arms that feels good. Gaze can be directed toward the knee, or you can oppose. So again, coming into that space that feels just right to you. Again, we come into that slow, steady breathing. Feeling the rhythm of the heart beneath the chest. The breath continues to slow and deepen. Mind is relaxed, body is relaxed. Mind is calm, receptive to all the beautiful vibrations in the room right now. Got about 5 more rounds of breath on this side. Last 3, last 2, and last breath. Go ahead and bring your gaze back to center. Go ahead and stack your hands and go ahead and bring that right leg back. We'll bend the knees and windshield wiper from side to side. And then go ahead and bring that motion to stillness and begin to bring yourself into an upright position. We'll create just a little bit of movement here, coming into some hip glides, maybe coming into some hip circles, just kind of letting the body release just a bit. And then go ahead and bring it back to stillness. And then we'll go ahead and begin to move into our last posture tonight. So make this one that you can comfortably hold for a period of time. And the one I'm recommending is a nice heart-opening posture. But if this isn't part of your practice, then you can certainly take any other pose. So with this one, you can take your support, either your body pillow, your chair cushion, your couch cushion, whatever it is, and just lie it flat on your mat. And then you might want to place a folded blanket for the head and neck. That might feel really good, or not. And then having a blanket, either if you need to have a little bit more elevation underneath the hips, you can do that, or placing a roll blanket underneath the hips or underneath the knees. So having those things as you need them. So when you're ready, go ahead and bring the sit bones all the way to the back of your bolster. And then having also a blanket that you can cover your body with, because this will be our longer held posture, and this will be ending our practice tonight. So when you're ready, mindfully begin to walk yourself down, coming on to your support. And if you feel that you don't need a blanket underneath the head, you can remove that. So just finding that just right space. And coming into stillness. I'm going to go ahead and get my blanket ready, so I'm getting ready to get cozy. All right. So coming down onto your mat. Now again, you can put the legs in bound angle, so bringing the soles of the feet together, letting knees fall out to the side, and then having a little bit of support underneath the hips for support. Or you can extend the legs long, and sometimes placing a roll blanket underneath the knees feels really good, or even placing some elevation on the feet to allow the legs to come up just a bit. So again, if any of these different suggestions don't work for you right now, you can certainly come into any other space. As you come into this space, begin to allow the shoulders to roll back and down, palms facing upward, heart space shines. In this posture, slight opening, nice opening of the heart space. It allows even deeper diaphragmatic breathing. Really good for the pulmonary system, really good for the lungs, the heart, all this area here really opening up, good respiration, good upper respiratory. And as the eyes begin to once again soften and close, we begin to close off outside distractions and draw our awareness inward. Come back to your intention and breathe at heart space. And as you come into our final posture tonight, rooting into the earth and grounding. And we'll be closing this practice with a guided meditation. So letting your body be still, letting your mind be still, letting your muscles relax. And as you come back to the breath, beginning to move that counting breath practice once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, and then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe reaching 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So wherever you're breathing, just counting the inhales and the exhales and allowing them to equal in length. As you continue to count the breaths, in your mind's eye, you might imagine yourself walking in a meadow. Feel the soft, dewy grass beneath the feet, smelling that beautiful fragrance of fresh grass. As you gaze around, observing a brilliant blue sky, big white soft fluffy clouds, and the bright beautiful sunshine cascading through the clouds and warming the body. As you look around at your surroundings, you observe a butterfly and it lands on your shoulder and it seems to smile at you and you smile back. It pauses for a while, seems to say hello, and then drifts off with a soft breeze. In that same soft breeze, you smell the sweet nectar of flowers not far away. And you feel that warm breeze. It warms the body from the toes all the way up to the crown of the head. As you feel your feet firmly rooted into the earth, it gives you a sense of grounding, a sense of security, a sense of belonging. You feel confident in your body. The second word that begins to form the cloud is relax. And you do relax. You feel so relaxed. And the next words that begin to form are sleep deeply. And you allow this to happen. The mind is calm. The body is calm, relaxed, very tranquil, and ready for rest. As you continue to allow the breath to slow and deepen, you feel a sense of peacefulness move over the body, and you know that everything is going to be all right. You can stay in this place for as long as you need to. This is your place of tranquility, of peace, of calm. The body is relaxed. The mind is relaxed. You are very centered and whole. This is yours for as long as you choose to stay. And know that you can always come back to this place whenever you want to. All you have to do is close your eyes. I hope you've enjoyed your Sunday evening restorative. From my heart to yours, yogis, namaste.